The world is currently witnessing a major war broke out between Ukraine and Russia for the reason better known to Russian president. There are loud bangs in all major cities of Ukraine. For the past several days, Russia has been pushing Ukraine to its knees. However, without giving up, Ukraine is fighting Russia with full force. The whole world, including all major countries, are rallying around Ukraine and supporting its armed forces by providing military aid which include anti-tank guided missiles, man-pads, infantry equipments. Among the various military equipments, one weapon stands out: American-made Stinger missiles for defense against low-flying aircrafts and helicopter. The Stinger missiles were used against Soviet Air Force in Afghanistan during the Soviet occupation in 1986. These missiles were used to target low-flying Soviet jets and helicopters with a devastating effect. The CIA-supplied Stinger missile is one of the weapons which turns the tide of Soviet-Afghan war in favor of Mujahids. US has supplied more than 500 Stinger missiles to Ukraine, which is reaching the Ukrainian forces through Romania and Poland border. The Stinger missile is a man-portable air defense system. This is an infrared homing surface-to-air missile. It allows to target low-flying helicopters, fighter jets, tanks, or any type of vehicle. These missiles are so lethal that they can strike even in the dark of night. The Ukrainian military is using a patchwork of Soviet-era air defense batteries dating to the 1980s and modern, shoulder-launched Stinger missiles of US and others in the West to inflict heavy losses on Russian combat planes and helicopters. The US and others are rushing in extra anti-air systems to help restock Ukraine's arsenal to punish Russia further. The Ukraine's anti-air operation led to, at least temporarily, a moderate lull in Russia's air operation. Russian forces in recent days have increasingly emphasized their use of artillery, cruise missiles and ballistic missiles to attack targets in Ukraine. The scale of Russian air losses is difficult to determine. Ukraine claimed that it had shot down 97 Russian planes since the war started, along with 121 helicopters and 24 aerial drones. Oryx blog, an open-source site that tracks military equipment losses, says Russia has lost 15 planes, 34 helicopters, and 13 drones that include Su-34 strike fighters and K-52 attack helicopters. Ukraine's long-range anti-air batteries also drove Russian pilots to fly lower to escape those systems, but that put them within range of the shoulder-fired weapons. That put Russian aircraft in the crosshairs of shorter-range, heat-seeking missiles in what became a shooting gallery for Ukrainian air defenses in some parts of the country. The effectiveness of Ukraine's air defenses also may have benefited from new approaches to fighting that the military embraced as it reorientated toward NATO and abandoned its Soviet-era centralized command. That empowered lower echelons to initiate strikes which became faster and ultimately more effective.